So, welcome, mamas. We have a really special guest, Kyya Davis. She calls herself the Chief Confidence Strategist and CEO and founder of Early Affirmation Dolls. So, we recently did a segment with Fox 19 talking about how important it is to have representation in your toys, the books, the movies, and didn't realize that you had been on Fox 19 like a few years ago.
Yeah, yeah,
So we went back and watched that, but that's how you reached out to us to tell us about your Kyya doll,
yes,
which you sent us one, and it's amazing.
yeah.
And that she does, affirmation words and all this stuff. So just love how you can help build confidence in kids while they're playing.
hmm
So, do you want to tell us, Kia, how you started Early Affirmation Dolls?
Yes. So I have four kids in total, but I only have one daughter, and she's the youngest. So she's 7 now, and we started saying affirmations with her just very organically in front of our bathroom mirror well before she could talk. So, like, really speaking those affirmations over her. And we call those affirmations the core four, which is what the doll comes with. So she says, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm strong, I'm going to change the world. And so we went from saying them for her to now where she can say them and repeat them, recite them herself. They're very just short phrases. And it was important for us that we built her up before the world tries to tear her down. Because unfortunately we live in a world where it's not all nice. And so I wanted to try to make as many emotional deposits in her as I could. And I had said to myself, like, more girls needed to hear the message. And I didn't know the logistics about it. So how was it going to be through a book? Was it going to be in this? Was it going to be, and just to like fast forward a little bit in 2020, well, I guess going back, my mother-in-law passed. And one of the things that she loved to do with Kyla was play. Especially, they would play with this little Dora doll, and I still have that Dora somewhere around this house. And so when she passed, I took the our love for affirmations and what me and my husband had already been doing, speaking those over our daughter, and we paired it with the nostalgia of his mother and their playing time. And so we just married the two together, and that's how you get the doll.
Ah, I love that story so much.
Yes.
That's awesome. Um, so it's your first doll out. We saw that it has a mesh accreditation. So how did you get this for Kaya?
Yes, so the mesh accreditation, everything is an acronym. So that just stands for mental, emotional, and social health. And that is the new, I know a lot of people have heard of STEM. So it's kind of like that same type of thing, but like a more modern, kind of more mental health focused, forward type of thing. So I was reading about it, and I like to be like very much in the know, and I want to do things so that my business can always be seen as a business, and because I genuinely want to help kids to build, to establish that healthy sense of self-esteem.
So you talked about what the mesh accreditation was. What did you
Yeah.
have to do to get that for the Kaya doll?
I had to send the doll away. And so I had to send three different dolls. And it was a multidisciplinary team that were all child health professionals, ranging from like pediatricians to like teachers and just people who worked across the full gamut of supporting kids. And the doll had to meet certain play patterns. And then they also had another really fun group was they put the Kylie doll in a room with some kids, and they're like, hey, we just want to talk, like, what are they talking about? And so that also went into that scoring, and that it ultimately got we ultimately received our mesh certification. And so with the mesh certification, we can market Kyya as a support doll. And
Wow.
so yeah, so I really, for me, I wanted that because I I just want it to be like legit. And I know that people, especially when they don't know you as a person, when you can identify to something like I'm holding myself to these high standards that, big box dolls, a lot of them don't have. Kaya's one of three in the world right now.
Wow.
Yes, just one of three.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes. So I guess that's a good thing with small business, especially when it's like like social impact and like mission driven, built on love. Is you go after things like that because not that I need validation from other people, but to get to know me, to know my brand, to know everything, like it looks good to say, like, hey, I'm not just sitting up here telling you this is a great product. Like this has been evaluated from multidisciplinary team across the board. And so we had nothing to do with it besides sending the dolls away and then we just had to wait. So yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely makes the dolls more important.
Yes.
I think just from the scientific standpoint and just not what the results were with your own daughter.
Yes. Yeah. And so
Love
I'm
it.
like that that's it's huge. I mean, when we tell people that, they're like, whoa. And I mean, I take the business very seriously. I take helping kids with confidence and self-esteem very seriously. And so any chance that I get to encounter, like my daughter, she has a cheerleading team. Like I'm always cheering the girls on, even if they have to run a lap for not doing something right. I'm like, I'll be like, hey, it's like two girls, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you two are going to be track stars because I don't care what. It can be 110 degrees. They always come in first and second, and so like just doing little things like that because I think we can. It's just so much of the opposite out here that I try to make sure that I'm doing my due diligence.
Yeah. I mean, with us having a daughter that's almost grown now, that's
Yeah.
16 and a half, and the things that she went through with
Mhm.
like confidence or trying to figure out herself because she's like, well, I'm white, I'm also black,
Mhm.
society sees me as black. And just even from like kindergarten, some of the stuff that she went through, and you
Yeah.
can't protect them from everything. So trying
Yeah.
to build up that confidence
Mhm.
so they can, meet whatever comes
Yeah,
at them.
and I think it's good because I mean it's a ton of research that already says like without a doll even talking to you, just how much a child can learn through doll play. You learn a lot. So when you just subconsciously you keep hearing that button being pressed, like if it turns into if no one else in your life ever said that to you and that's the first time that you hear it by way of however then I feel good about that because again that's something that I wanted. I didn't want to just harbor these for my daughter. Like I genuinely want it in general. Yeah.
Yes, it's
Mm.
amazing.
Yes, thank you.
Um, so you talked some of the affirmations. Um, what are all the ways that Kaya gives our daughters positive affirmation through that play?
Yes, okay, so like I said, the core for all of our dolls they come preset with the core for affirmations. And so one thing that I do like about it is if let's say a family, they're not even into affirmations or whatnot, or they buy the doll and I've had plenty of buyers that will be like, oh yeah, my granddaughter's one, two, I'm gonna put this up for her. One, it serves as a conversation piece because that's what it essentially did for us. So when my daughter didn't understand what all of those things meant as she was kind of growing up, then all of a sudden we get to start it opened the door for so much communication, and you just, if you hear something again and again and again and again, you're going to start to believe that about yourself, and it's not the doll saying it. So the doll speaks, and then we encourage the girls to speak right after them. And so, one thing, and so with communication, that was a thing that we scored high with the mesh certification, because they felt like our doll caused other girls to want to communicate well. And then also, obviously, the representation piece and advocacy, like self advocacy. And so, yeah, just teaching our daughters that yes, you can change the world. And I always tell people, like, yeah, that sounds like a really big charge, but what we would tell my daughter and what I would tell anybody is no, change your piece of the world. So, however that looks to you, if that means that you just get up every day and try to be a good person, great. If that means that, you want to start a whole support group for 12-year-olds, as a result of you having this as a young girl, then, whatever change is on your level. And so I think that's how, like Kyya, she just does a lot for the girls as far as learning the affirmation. So learning how to say those short, simple, sweet affirmations, the communication, the self advocacy piece, and all of that.
Yeah. And then not just what she speaks, but, it says that, like, I'm going to change the world on her t shirt and everything.
Yes, that's my favorite affirmation, and it's always my favorite to talk about too, because like I can go into that, like, change. Your part of changing the world does not have to be as big as you think. Like small things still add, like little small deposits, they still add up to be big things. So,
Yeah. We've always tried to instill that in our daughter as well. Like, you can't control everybody or how things are going to work out. But what do you do in the spaces that you can control?
mhm,
How are
mm,
you going to present yourself? How are you going to make changes in your house or community? And
yes.
then you never know how that might ripple out.
Exactly. I mean, everybody is not, you could be very subtle with the communication piece, or you can be very extra. Maybe your daughter is the type that will run a club or do something as a result of what you guys instilled in her. But even if it's nothing like that, and it's just like with her own two or three friends, a little close knit circle, and she's like, hey, like, you really don't deserve that relationship, or whatever the case may be, like, you're much better than that. I tell you, just so I don't know. I think it's great. And I've had and honestly, we do have the doll. So we knew by the age of 5, kids already have developed a sense of self-esteem. And so we have this thing where we say affirm them early and often. So we're right in that sweet spot. So if you think about 5 years of age, that's like you're going to kindergarten. Okay. So then that tells you that a lot of this is going to start at home. And so we just try to get in there early. But if you can't, it's still going to be okay at any point in time. Whenever it comes to you in your life, like, you still need it. You need confidence for literally everything. Lack of confidence can, it could keep doors shut for you just because of how you perceive that, like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. So we have to have something, some kind of fire in us to, change the world, change our little piece of the world.
Yes, I love it. I wish that our daughter had had this doll when
I
she was little.
know. I hear that so much. I have had a couple of grown women like, yeah, I needed this, but I'm going to buy it now. So I'm like, hey, have at it. You know what I mean? So, and I
Yeah.
think it's an interesting space too, because like I said, even though we do that, we're at that sweet spot of 3 and 7 where that's our target age range. We also still because we do a lot of different educations and we call them different things. And we go all the way up from like a pre-K age all the way to high school. And we just tweak the information. We're teaching everybody across the board about self-confidence, self-esteem, resilience, all of those things. It's just in a much different way. But and it's always fun and interactive because I don't like boring. I don't like boring. I don't want to
Neither
read.
do kids.
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to do that. So, but yeah.
Yeah, well, even when the doll came and showed it to our daughter, even as a teenager, she was like, "This is really cool." She
Yes,
loved it.
that's good. Yeah, I hear good
So,
about it. Yep.
so not just with the doll, but we also read on your site that you offer confidence programs in Cincinnati for those with daughters. It's called Pretty, another acronym, powerful. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. So yes, pretty powerful is another acronym, and so it stands for purposeful, radiant, empowered, thriving, trailblazing youth. That's what it is. Okay. And so 6 letters. So each week is a new, like you're learning something. So it's 6 pillars for 6 weeks. All right. First week we're focusing it on being purposeful. What does that look like? And we just kind of go down from there. Pretty powerful is probably our newest program. But we have programs like our positive power hours. So that's when we are doing, it's strictly 1 hour of fun. It has to be fun because these are about the ages of 3 to 7. So we're like, okay, look, we got to move on. We got to, we're trying to do some talking, but not too much. We have to balance it with play and stuff. So everything we do is very, 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 very strategic. But yes, I am very proud of Pretty Powerful. And actually, on that subject, we don't just teach girls. We just right now we only have the one product, which is a Kyya Doll. But we already know our next product is going to be for boys because we also have sons as well. And they are, you said you have a 16-year-old, we have a 19-year-old, we have a 17-year-old, and he'll be 15 next week. So, and then we got this big space, and then here she is. But they just need confidence in another way. Boys, they try to act like, things don't affect them. And, I honestly can say I've seen my boys cry the most only during sports or something like that. They just don't cry and get like all emotional over the same type of things. But they still need to hear that reassurance. So while we do only have the Kyya Doll right now, when we are going into these spaces, whether it's an after school program, a sports team, or whatnot, we're not just advertising. I mean, we're not just educating the young women. We're also educating the young men as well. Because my husband is also, so I work full time in the business, and my husband, when we do have to go out, he'll come with me, and then we'll kind of divide and conquer, and then, kind of, get the group back together. But that's one thing I know it looks very much like, okay, this is all about girls. I started with the girls because I had a daughter and I had parents that poured into me, thankfully. And so I was a case manager for 14 years and I got to see a lot of things and a lot of disheartening things sometimes. And so it really matters to me, like, how you talk to your kids and how you speak life into them. Like, we're like the first voice that they hear, like literally. So we really have to be very, 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 very careful of what we are saying. So yes, just to clarify that, because a lot of people will be like, it can you? I'm like, oh yes, I can. And we still have the doll and we'll bring the doll alongside with us. But we do both, and
Build it
we're
into the young men in different ways.
mhm, mhm.
It'll be
Yeah,
fun to see what you come out with
I know.
as a toy.
I know. It's gonna have to be something that's like a very rough. Ain't a lot. Because yeah, it's gonna have to be like a GI Joe or something. I'm not sure.
Something durable.
Yes, I have some ideas, but definitely one thing that we won't ever like shy away from is the affirmations because we really believe in that. And some people are like, okay, those are just words. Yeah, but words like you start to believe those words just as easily as people believe the things that somebody might put up under their picture on Instagram. Like, so that's why you have to have like a firm foundation and know who you are.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. And so with like the pretty powerful programs that you do, how can people register for that? How do they work? You tell them us.
Yeah, so for Pretty Powerful, we were running it as a beta. And so in the fall, it will be like fully open. And so on my website, which is earlyaffirmations.com, we'll put some updated information on that. And so we're trying to do like small little cohorts because I really want to be able to spend time with the people. It's not, I mean, everybody wants to make money, but end result, it's not, this isn't like something that I'm doing. Like I'm very connected um, to our business plan and our perspective and what we could potentially help do. And so in the fall, we will be enrolling again for Pretty Powerful. Um, and yeah, and so it will be a limited amount per cohort. And so I think for me, I want to just do one cohort at a time and then just try to, make the tweaks and see in between. And then when I can really perfect it, because I have had some conversations with some prominent Cincinnati businesses that are interested in the Pretty Powerful, the education space for that, especially. Yeah.
Yeah. So what age range, and this is for our girls.
Hmm. Yes.
Um,
So the age range for Pretty Powerful is between 7 and 12. Okay. That's what we're doing in the beta right now. I think they're gonna have to at least be 7 to really get the most out of the experience. Because we're gonna do activities and it's just some words you can only break down so much, you know what I mean? And so I think my daughter is like the pilot person. She doesn't even know. I'm just saying, like, if this is a full, she was the pilot person before I ever rolled it out as a beta program or anything. Because anything that I want to know, can if someone sit through, it would be her. Like, seriously. I'm in my office and I hear her and her friend are out there. And I'm like, okay, okay. And I'm looking out the window. They were supposed to be playing in our backyard. They come in, they come out. So, needless to say, I know, like, that's why I'm like, it has to be high energy. It has to be fun. It has to make sense. And so, and now if I can somehow seem to expand, or maybe offer a 5, maybe I'll do 5 through 7. Like, really, that's what this beta process is about. It's just kind of like, okay, what age group makes sense? And how can you, because everybody wants to scale, but I want to scale with intention. I want to scale and know that I'm scaling something that's going to be sustainable and that I'm not going to be just absolutely like I've poured everything into everybody else that I don't have anything back to give myself. And I want a long lasting program, So we started with just a doll. We thought that we were going to be a product based business solely, and the need for the community and the questions that we would get would be like, okay, so what about our boys? What about this? And so that's kind of like organically how this other side of things kind of took full bloom. So we're really trying to build an ecosystem around the doll.
Yes, I love that you're doing that in our city. And
Mhm.
potentially, when your girls are grown, this could be duplicated across the country.
So yeah, I hope so. I want to very like I want to. We have a curriculum now that we wrote. However, I would like to expand it and get it licensed. That's the goal. Because like I said, confidence is not just a Cincinnati thing. It's something that we are all seeing. And I even have to tell my daughter, I love to wear makeup. Like I just like it is I don't need it, but I like to wear it. You know how you it's just something that you like to do. And so I have to be more mindful about even just doing that because I'm like, no baby, I don't need it. I just like doing it but I don't need it. I can go out and you don't have to be so just like noticing and being like those little things. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because these girls are growing up in an age with stuff that we never had to deal with.
no, like
There wasn't social media.
you get at school and that's one thing and it's
Yeah.
done. And when you come back home, like nobody has access to you. But now it goes on and over weekends, and it gets worse. And then overnight at school, then you come back to school and it's like 10 times worse because this person was on social media doing this and that. So, yeah, I just want to equip the young people with as many tools as I can to believe in themselves. You can't control anybody else. But what you can control is the person that you're looking at in the mirror and how you feel about yourself. And then and if that's really strong, then the stuff that people say to you, it just won't bother you out like that.
Yeah. We've been really fortunate that our daughter has found friends and their parents are ones that build into them. And it's a group of girls that are confident in themselves for the right way.
Yes.
Um, they don't seek boys' attention for the wrong reason.
Good.
They're not cruel to other girls.
I
They
love
really try to be leaders and build each other up.
I need to meet these young women.
Should
Yeah.
have them like come guest speak for the younger girls.
Seriously. Like because like sometimes that's who they need to hear it from. Like I'm not even that old. I promise you, I don't feel like it. But my daughter, let her tell her, she's like, you were born in the 1900s. Like I'm not a dinosaur. Like I mean, yeah, was I? But come on now, like I'm not that old. Like
I
so,
know.
but
I'm in my 40s, but I don't feel it.
yeah, it's crazy. But that's good to know. I mean, really, and I hope they continue to keep their strong bond and they can pull more girls into that space than that camaraderie that's coming from like a positive place and not being, into all the things that they don't need to be into. So that
Yeah,
is
it's
my
so
heart.
nice just to be like, okay, you're going to be out. I
Yeah.
know you're going to communicate. I, you know,
But
there,
that's a testament to the parents though. Like, seriously. It really is because that says a lot about you and your husband and the families that you are putting in front and around your daughter. Obviously at that age they can choose friends, but because of the foundation that you guys laid, they're not going to choose just friends that are not going to be in alignment and in tune with doing the same things that they want to do. So
yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Sometimes I've got like 4 or 5 teenage girls that I take out to do stuff,
yeah.
and they're so fun and they're
Yeah,
respectful, and
that's
it's really been a joy.
yes. Yeah. Is she driving yet, your daughter?
Yes, she's almost done with getting her official license.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she's done all the training hours. She's got to do the
The
whatever the driver ed course,
yeah,
and then she can get it.
I know. I have one going through that process right now too, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh my goodness. Yeah.
it's scary, but it's been fun because it's the time that she actually wants to hang out with us because she has to drive.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, like you need those hours now. Well, okay.
Mhm. I was
So
like, you never want to go to the grocery store. You want to go now?
Mhm.
So yeah, we've been enjoying that.
How long are you gonna be? How long? That's my daughter. Like, how long are you gonna be?
No, we're about to be done. Yeah, for everybody that views, that listens, it's
Yep.
earlyaffirmationdolls.com,
Mhm.
and they can get the doll, learn more about the Pretty Powerful, the
Yep.
mesh accreditation, and all that you're doing.
Yep. All on our website, and we also sell our dolls on Walmart.com. So the
Oh,
same doll that you guys have, yes. And so
awesome.
again, when I'm talking about like I'm really trying to build this thing up, not because I need the outward validation, but I know that people to buy in, and to be fair, I still buy dolls. Like it is nonstop. It's nonstop. But, I mean, I'd rather her play with dolls than because I know how much she can learn. So, but yes, we
Yes.
go on Walmart.com and our website. And then also Fair is spelled Faire, and that's like a bulk, a wholesale order
Oh,
website. We also sell on Fair.com.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been so good to
Yeah.
get to know you more
Yeah.
and the passion behind that.
Yes.
And we're really excited to help spread this out.
Yes.
It's
Thank
really important.
Yes. Yeah. And I look at your newsletters all the time. So that's awesome. And I was like so excited when I saw you on that segment. Oh my God. I was like pausing the TV. I'm like, I gotta get her name. I gotta write it down. Like, cause I always hear like the Cincy Mom Collective, but like I think Fox, they show like your actual name. And I was like, oh, I gotta hurry up and do this. So yeah, but it's been a pleasure. Thank you so, so much. And I really, really appreciate you having me on this podcast. Um,
Yes.
yes. And
Um, yeah, that the email you sent after that segment, the time you took and what you shared, uh, it really meant a lot,
mhm.
because we do these short segments with Megan or work,
Oh yeah.
and we try to make a difference and help other moms. But to make that connection that way just was
Hmm.
really impactful.
Well,
And I shared it with Megan as well, and she said it made her whole day.
okay. Well, that's really good. Yes. Well, you guys keep doing what you're doing for the Cincinnati moms. And I know it's not easy to come up with these newsletters every single week and, to keep track of the who's who and the what's what and all the things. But you guys are doing it. And like, I've been enjoying it.
Mhm.
Definitely subscribed. And yeah, I see the hard work you guys put into it. So,
Thank you. We've got an amazing group of writers that volunteer their time, and
okay.
then a group of moms that get to work part time from home to
Oh,
help run everything.
yeah.
Um, and my husband actually helps with the monthly edition of the newsletters.
Okay. Okay. Yes, yeah, that's a lot that you guys are packing into those newsletters. And so they've been helpful. It's like it's exactly what a mom needs. Even like if you just move, if you're new to Cincinnati, like this would be something that I would say if you have kids that you need to, this would be a connection that you would need to make because you guys just inform a lot in your newsletters. So
Thank you. Well, yeah, we really try to use all the avenues we have to support moms wherever they are in the journey,
mhm.
and just make our city better.
Yes, 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 the Queen City.
With all us queens and all
Yeah,
the queens we're raising.
yes, yes. Well,
Well, thank you so much, Kyya.
mhm.
We'll let you get back to your daughters.
Yeah.
And we'd love to keep in touch and do more soon.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this content, make sure to click the like button, share with a friend, and hit the bell to subscribe and be notified when we have new stuff to share. Doesn't cost anything, so why not? Scan the QR code to be taken to our site and see all the new stuff that we put out every week.